Yes, people, back again, trying to keep it consistent with the YouTube, right? So title of the stream is if these players can help United, yeah. But first to begin, for the players to help you, you have to sign them first. And you know how United do stuff; they're always slow to do anything. Me personally, I don't know if all these players, particularly in the list, going to help us, but some of them sure to help us. Let's just see what this chat saying first, yeah. Big up CM. Yeah, I'm trying to be consistent, my guy. Manchukushina, big up Paxton. Bruv, I'm telling you, I'm here, fam. I'm here, fam. I'm supposed to have two other guys with me, but yeah, them man there, fam. Them man there set me up, fam. So I don't know what's going on, bro. I didn't release this because we have around 200 feet. Yeah, let's try to keep it realistic though, as close as realistic as possible. Yeah, I know in the thumbnail we have Saicedo, which is potentially going to Chelsea, Onana, Kim Min Jae, who could potentially be going to Bayern Munich, along with Harry Kane, if we believe the rumors, and we have Mason Mount. Of those five there, who are we realistically more likely to get? Personally, I think that the Mason Mount one is, if we wait until later in the window, kind of put that pressure on Chelsea, let them know, yo, big man, you're either losing for free or you'll accept the 55 million. I think they sell him to us so we could get him for that 55, which I still think is too much, but we could get him. Harry Kane is a sticky one, though. I don't know, bro. Harry Kane is a sticky one, bro. You see how that man move over there, man like Levy and the man there, fam. Levy is a tight brother, you know. He don't want to give up nothing. Harry Kane have one more year, bro, and that guy will squeeze every penny he could get out of him, bro, just to make sure he don't have to get rid of him for free. I mean, it depends, though, Paxton. It depends, though. You say he's not realistic at the moment. It's more, I think Harry Kane is a realistic signing. The problem is Levy, fam. Levy is a guy that's difficult to deal with. I don't know, bro. The guy is just, he's just that guy, bro. Just difficult, bro. You don't want anyone to if Levy's a guy will take you to the desert, fam, and tell you, yo, I give you some water, you know, but you'll have to give me your soul, fam. But he'll know you're dying, fam. You're there in your last, but you're about to die, fam. He's like, you can get this water, you know, but I have to take your soul, fam. The guy will take you for everything you have, bro. I'm telling you, he'll take you for everything you have just to have his way, though. Yo, big up Football Power Hour, you know. Make sure to go subscribe over there for some more of the reckless delegates. Yeah, make sure to subscribe over there. Yeah, big up, bro. How you doing, bro? Hope you're good. I'm telling you, Levy is that type of guy, bro. But realistically, I think Harry Kane is something we could get done if, you know, if Levy wasn't the problem, though. And Harry Kane would suit us proper. I think he would fit in proper. It won't be a problem. But how much though is the problem? How much do you see? Levy's a factor. How much do you see us having to pay for Harry Kane? Like right now, in this market, how much do you see us having to pay for Harry Kane? What price? How much realistically you'll see us having to pay? Yo, big up Rich there at Eagle Eye Football. Make sure you subscribe over there as well. Rich, you see your boys Brush and Vibes here. Them man them made me do a show today. Calling them this morning. Them man them didn't answer their phones, fam. None of them just left me here hanging, bro. That's what you have to deal with to these brothers, you know. 85. Bro, everyone like to say the add-ons now, you know. We reckless here, big up, fam. Kane and Levy eyes maybe 85 plus. Yeah, imagine having to pay 85 plus for a player with what last year of his contract, bro. That's a bit mad, you know. Levy's a waste man, you know. 85 million and he's in the end of his contract, bro. That's a bit mad, though. I don't know. That's not what. If we really only have 250 to spend, spending 85, bro. That's not it. That's not nice, you know. That's not nice. So we talking about we spending at least 90 for Harry Kane, and we only have 250 to spend. We still need a goalkeeper. We damn sure need a centre back. We need a midfielder. Guarantee we need a midfielder. So think about how we doing all these deals with that. That is mad. Yeah, it's not looking good, fam. It's not looking good. I'm telling you, bro, these man just left me there, you know. Pagans. All is in play. Yeah, but buds, listen this, yeah, buds. As much as he had a good season, I'm talking about man in his last year of his contract. And we having to pay ridiculous prices. That's mad, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Not because you had a good season, that means you want to just rip us off, fam, and take us to the cleaners. Nah. You can't do us like that, fam. You can't do us like that. That ain't right, fam. That is not. I mean, it's not football's not fair, really, in terms of the transfer window. But come on, you can't do us like that, fam. All that money. I don't know, fam. 85 plus for Harry Kane. So we paid 90 million for Harry Kane. Huh. How much years can we see we getting from Harry Kane still? Can we get like 4 or 5 years from him? I know he's like, what, 29, 30? Man say pay and don't speak, you know. Bro, we have 250 to spend, fam. And that's if we get players, if we sell players, yeah, 250 to spend. And you talking about pay 90 million. You see what's going on there with the budget. The budget is it's not budgeting, you know. I'm telling you, the budget is not budgeting if we do that, you know. 2 midfielders if we get Mason Mount. I'm telling you, if we pay that money, the budget ain't budgeting. That's all I'm saying. The budget will not be budgeting, fam. The budget will not be budgeting. Because we still need a backup for Casemiro. This is guaranteed. We need a backup for Casemiro. Yeah, we need a backup for him. We need a what else do we need? We need like a if y'all want to jump in and have your say, you're free to jump in as well. Yeah, we need a 85 plus 55 for 2 players. That don't mean nothing though, Santi. That don't mean nothing. His name being it. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. 85, yeah. All right. Let's put it this way. We buy Harry Kane for 90 million, yeah? Let's say we buy Harry Kane for 90 million. Then 55 for Mount, right? That's 145 million already. And we need a defender. What's the price we're looking at for defenders here? Because that Kim Min-jae, brother, most likely he might be going to Bayern. So I don't know what you man saying in that aspect there. What are we doing for defenders? Because we're gonna need someone that could do a madness for us. We're gonna need a top defender, someone that could actually step in and don't be shy, bro. Don't be someone that's scared, fam. We need a proper defender that could step out, do his job, bring the ball out. Don't be, not someone to be bullied. Don't know, fam, but we're gonna need someone, but we're gonna need beer man, fam. It's the end of bloodline is that's just a defense, not the country. Yeah, that's a problem though. I think we need someone like that to Toliba, the one at Nice, who was at Barcelona. I'll take him. Everyone want this Kim Min-jae, brother. Like, When you ask them, how much did they really see of this Kim Min-jae? How much did they see? They saw him in the Champions League. Napoli won the league, so that means he's good. That don't mean you're good. Yeah, his numbers this season look good defensively and all what he was doing, progressive, winning the ball. Yeah. Brother, that league used to be one of the best leagues ever, bro. In defending, it was the best league. Now, when you watch that league for defenders, bro, it's a joke thing. It's a joke thing over there watching them. All right, no worries, Ambers. No worries. It was a joke. It's a joke thing watching the Italian league and defending now, fam. So I don't know if it's saying we could just bring in Kim Min-jae and he's the answer. I don't know. Me personally, I don't know. I'm not with that though. If you Mr. Boss me not want I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I need a defender that's football has changed that defenders have to be able to bring the ball out and do all that. Fam, we have Martinez to do that. I need a defender that loves to defend. Defend first and ask questions later, fam. You see all this pussyfooting around and all this waste, man. Nah, less of that, fam. Get the ball, bro. That's what I want. I want a defender that could defend. In 25 let's see. Bro, and I think he's solid, I mean, a lot of people might not know him, but I think he's solid. That's just my opinion, no, Paxton. I think he's solid. I know people are talking about getting Andre Silva, the Benfica brother. Brother, that's like 80 million right there. He's 80 million guaranteed because he's 19? He's 19. That's at least 80 million. I don't think we in the market are spending no 80 million, no other center back, fam. We see how that went last time with Slabheady one, fam. It's not it, fam. It's not it. Don't need to be spending that type of fees on them man there. I want us to get someone that could actually defend, Actually defend, because you need it in the Premier League. Benfica joke, bro. Then you see the thing with Benfica is they keep producing good players, young players as well. So they know they're like, yo, we can produce, if you want it, you have to buy it. And you have to pay whatever we ask. So it's kind of mad. You see, let me tell you what kind of defenders I like. You see this guy right here? See that guy there? Nah, don't put my hand there. You see that guy right? Dude, that's a bit mad. I don't know how to point this guy without it looking sus, You see that guy right there, yeah? That's a defender, fam. That guy right there is a proper defender, fam. No. You see that Diesel, brother? This is whatever his name is, fam. He is shit, bro. I don't want that guy nowhere near us, Paxton. He is proper shit. Get that guy can't defend. The price is going. Ramos will be a good striker option. Well, let's be honest here, Santi. You know how Benfica operate when it comes to buying players. They're like, oh, you want him? Oh, he's a good player. He's young, he's talented. 100 million. It's like, yo, what? They don't care, fam. They don't care. They know they basically have the best team in their league. They make the most money. They produce the best talents in the league. So it's like, yo, you want these players, you need to pay the fees, fam. They don't care. Benfica don't care, bro. They know you have to pay the fees, fam. So if you want them, you know what you have to do. But I'm not with that one with Paxton with that the Cersei, whatever his name is, but that guy is dead, fam. I've watched him play a lot. He's not it, fam. He's not. He's just one of these new age defenders that just want to get on the ball and pass it all around, brother. I need you to defend. In the Premier League, as much as it's nice to have a defender that could pass the ball and progress the ball on that, the main thing is to defend, fam. Everyone was ranting and raving how good Van Dijk is. Now they're looking at him sideways, fam, because it's like, yo, are you going to tackle someone? It's like, big man, are you going to tackle? Are you going to keep twerking, turning to the side, giving up your body, doing all that shit there? Bro, are you going to tackle someone, fam? That's the problem now. You need defenders that will defend, tackle, and, bro, I'm not into these man that just want to pass the ball, fam. Last thing is... All right. If you said, just for example, you said that's going to be our last last priority, right? Think about this. Nobody wants to see Harry Maguire, right? Remember, we're going to the Champions League this season. Nobody wants to see Harry Maguire. Varane don't really stay fit. Yeah? Varane don't really stay fit. So you need someone to at least play these games and be in that position that could come in and be a proper replacement. Not no step down. You need someone that could come in and take that position and proper. You get me? So we need, I think defense is a priority as well. That shouldn't be no last priority. I think that's a priority. We need a defender. We have Martinez, you have Luke Shaw, you have Wan-Bissaka and Dalot on that side there, but we need a centre back. Maguire is Maguireing. Lindelof had a decent season. He's been all right. Lindelof has been all right. Martinez has been solid. Varane's been he did okay. He did good. He did well then. He did well. But the injuries, though, we can't be missing our crucial players or important players in crucial moments. We can't afford that. Not this season, especially. What are you saying about time? Yeah, man. Well, summer. How to put it here? Where I'm from, summer is not really summer, fam. Summer is a rainy time out here, fam. But it's good, man. It's good. Van Spice, all this. I said Van Spice, you know. That's a new one, you know. Call man Van Spice, you know. Let's see how much. I understand you, Paxton, but we need a defender, though. Need one. Need one. I reckon we should be looking to replace first teamers and manager. Well, listen to this, right? I had this discussion probably a week or two ago with Brush and Vibes. I think Rich was there as well. If you look at the key players in our team, right? The key players in our team, and look at their ages, it don't add up, you know. We're gonna need at least 4 or 5 windows to get this team right, you know. Deep this, right? I need you all to hear me out, yeah? Hear me out. The hair, we don't even know what to say with the hair. Let's leave that out for now. Let's start in the defense. Varane is 30, right? I think he's 30. Maguire could be 30 as well. Lindelof is like 28. Luke Shaw is like 27. Casemiro is 30 plus. Bruno is like 28, 27. So you see where the team is going with, and these are key players for us. Eriksen is 30 something. Experience is one thing, but when we don't have enough players to keep going and going and going, because all right, if we don't replace these players now, and they are first teamers, these same players we're talking about, they're first teamers, yeah. Big up, Butts. What are we saying, bro?
Big up, my bro. I know you were talking about Kane earlier on, brother. I have to bring it back.
All right, go ahead.
You know,
no, part time. Just keep that point, and we'll get back to that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So,
go ahead with the Kane. Mm-hmm.
So okay, so here's the thing. Kane. I know. In the chat earlier on, I was saying, you know, Kane. He's had his personal best season this past season, right? But for me, there's something that a lot of people are not talking about Harry Kane, about, you know, which is his injury record. You know, he's somebody, because the numbers are there. The numbers, you know, whenever he's available, he provides. But there is something that
records is a bit of a myth now, you know, because he used to get injured often, but it's less now. We don't get injured as much anymore.
2021 was an anomaly of a season, because his injuries, he still did get 3 injuries in 2021, and it was just less than a week he missed in all of those 3 separate injuries. But if you go to season 19-20, we're talking about 80 days plus injury, gone, absent. If you go to the 18-19 injury, you're talking about 92 plus days gone, absent. Go to the 17-18 injury, that record too, you're talking about astronomical. This guy, he misses about a third of his season. When he comes for the 2/3 of the season, his numbers show up, and, you know, he provides. But we have to know what kind of product we're buying if we're actually going to be going for Harry Kane, you know. But obviously, the rumor mill is obviously more pointing towards Bayern Munich. So it'll be interesting to see if he'll have if that goes through. He'll have if he'll, so we'll see if he'll actually be injured or not next season. But my prediction, I'll say it right here, is Harry Kane is going to get injured and then won't have a very good season like he did in this previous season. But it's just a prediction, you know, could be wrong, you know.
But you see, his injury thing, I think is a bit of a myth now, you know, because he used to get injured like mad. But these last 2 seasons, the injury ain't looking that bad, you know, and we could take Harry Kane back in these goals.
Yeah,
how much games he missed this season going here? How much games he missed?
So this past season, it was just like 18. 19. So it's just like 6 days injury with ankle injury, 7 days injury with I think it might be a recurring ankle injury. I don't know. I'm not sure about if those 2 injuries are the same ankles, but then another unknown injury for 5 days. So it's just, you know,
so basically he missed around 20 days this season.
Around 20 days.
I mean, that's not, bro. We have like a name Martial, fam. He misses the whole damn season. So what we complaining about? Let's be honest here. I would take Harry Kane right now. Martial misses the whole damn season, fam. Harry Kane misses 20 games. 20 days. I'm cool, bro. 20 days, I'm cool.
I agree with you. Oh, I see what you mean. Hey, when we're coming from Martial, we need somebody who'll be able to pull up with the goals, you know. And Harry Kane, you know, if he's there, the goals come in. But I get what you're saying, that it's now becoming a little bit of a myth. Maybe it has something to do with the change in the playing style, and now he, you know, maybe, you know, with the, because he went through different managers in all these years. But Expectant says ankle injury is Kane's most frequent. So which is what we have to be worried about.
You know what? Yeah, as he brought this up, Bartime brought this up here. Let me make sure this comes here. As Bartime brought this up here, yeah, with Giggs, yeah. Now get this. I remember back in the day. Yes, yeah. I remember back in the day, yeah. Ryan Giggs. Yeah. Anyone that's old enough to go know this. Ryan Giggs used to get injured every day, fam. Yeah, and you know what? He figured it out as he got older. The injuries got less, fam. Think about that. When he was younger, he was getting injured right through, and then it was revealed that it was his driving posture and all these things was leading to him getting injured and all that, you know. And he took up yoga. Rather, the injuries went away, fam.
Yoga must be key, but also the experience, knowing how to get yourself out of. Do you see how Bruno plays? Bruno gets rid of the ball before anybody can really mess him up. So that's why Bruno is almost like he's an injury-proof player. Like it's rare for him to, you know. But then there's a balance. Obviously, Giggs would have to carry the ball on the wing and have to,
as a winger, you're more at risk of getting injured because you're running at higher speeds and people are trying to take you out. But look at this: as he got older, the injuries got less with Giggs. So you see that it was doing something for him. It was helping him.
That's a very good point.
Actually helping him. So this man here, Harry Kane, I think we could keep Harry Kane, and we could get Harry Kane now. He's 30 years old now. We could get Harry Kane. Harry Kane could give us probably 3-4 years. He don't rely on pace. To score. He can give us 3-4 years.
I'll ask you guys a question though. Big up to everybody inside. Are you concerned with the way Manchester United are looking to kind of recruit certain players? Because I know there are a lot of people, maybe to the end part of the season and even now, who are kind of saying Manchester United, they're gonna have to take their time if we are to build our way up to being a consistent Premier League title contender, and even going out there and thinking being Champions League contenders one day. Just being right now, I'm looking at this team and saying we need to first and foremost become a perennial Champions League team, making it there every season, and then we slowly start making our way to the point where it becomes we're legitimate Premier League contenders. We can contend for the cup, and we have a deep enough squad where if we are having to rotate guys in, they are legitimate replacements rather than guys that we just have as options off the bench. we don't know what we're going to get from them on a game-by-game basis. Do you think potentially, especially with, some of the guys that are aging in our team, is Erik ten Hag and is the club being forced to produce some sort of magic with the likes of trying to make the most of Casemiro, Rafael Varane? Do you think we're rushing this kind of, or fast tracking, trying to get somewhere that we're far away from right now?
I'll tell you what happened, yeah. I don't know how familiar you man are with the Bible, yeah. You remember in the Bible they have Jesus turned water into wine, fam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, these man give Ten Hag a bunch of coals, fam, and tell them turn that shit into diamonds and gold, fam. That's what they want, bro. How you want us to go from Maguire, McTominay to Toppling City? Are we not missing something in between there, fam? Are we not missing something in between there? How you go from that to reach there already, bros? Bro, as I just said, I think we need at least 5 windows to at least get the team right. I know people are thinking, oh, once you have the money, you can just spend. No, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. You can't just do this Nottingham Forest thing and bring in 22 players. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
You have to at least take your time, get rid of these players here, because you see the wages we pay people. We pay them ridiculous money. So it's not easy to get them off our books. People won't really want to buy them because of the wages unless we pay some of the wages. So we need to get them off our books first, get proper replacements in, and we still at the same time have to have a team that's competitive enough to stay somewhere relevant in the league. Because if we just get rid of all these players and we don't bring in the right, what's going on with us, bro? We're going to end up doing a mad thing. We might be going down the table. We're trying to stay up there. So you see what I'm saying? So I think recruitment-wise, I don't know what's going on, because I don't know how you go from Mason Mount to then saying Rabiot to saying Caicedo. The players don't even match up. Likewise, they don't match up. So I don't know what's going on. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know where you man stand with it.
No, I think it's a very, very good question. I mean, on the surface, I think it might look like it's fast tracking, but I think when you're recruiting and trying to build a team, you also need to get some proven winners in there to help the youngsters, to help, pass on a winning mentality, a cup winning mentality, So when you're recruiting a Casemiro, you obviously need to make sure that there is a Caicedo in place, so a player younger than Caicedo to be able to learn and be the understudy, and as you mentioned, Varane too. That's like we're taking players, we've recruited players that are seasoned already when we're supposed to be getting the players that are just about to be seasoned. But it has to be a bit of a balance. So on the surface, it might look like fast tracking, but I believe like you kind of need a little bit of inexperience and experience. And with Mason Mount, the Mason Mount age thing is actually what I like about it. I like the fact that he's actually a raw. He's somebody that seeing what Ten Hag can do with certain players, say from Wan-Bissaka, from Rashford, to be able to get to the next stratosphere. I feel like Ten Hag might be able to do that with Mason Mount, and who knows what the ceiling is, So in that way, when you're looking at the Mason Mount recruitment, it does not look like a fast track type of recruitment, but it's one of those where there's a little bit of a longevity thinking. So if we want more longevity, we should go for Osimhen rather than Kane, But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on it. I don't know how the Manchester feels about it.
Well, first of all, pick up everyone. Want to say have a blessed day. Now, I agree with a lot of points that you are saying. We do have to find a balance. Now, for example, we're taking essentially a retirement of Madrid and bringing it here. Now those are great players. Those are quality players. I love those players. However, as we've already seen with Varane, it's only going to be a matter of time before maybe how many seasons do we think that he can continue on playing at that level?
Varane,
1, 2.
How old is Varane? He's 30. He's 30 now, right? So I say Varane could, at least in the Premier League and continuous playing, I think he could give us at least, he could give us one more season, but then that second one, the injury is going to be doing a madness to him,
Remember, he retired.
Then he gave up international, so that could help probably. Bro, he might need to start doing yoga as well, fam. I don't know, bro. He might need to do yoga too, fam.
Everybody, bro.
One
Yeah,
thing,
yoga,
one
bro.
thing I will say with Varane is whatever Ten Hag did with him and his team did with him in pre-season, it definitely helped, because in that first year it was really all over the place in terms of injuries and just disappointments in that regard, whereas he was a lot more available in 22-23. But yeah, I do agree that there is going to have to be somebody in place that does rotate and does allow us the option to rest certain players, because we saw towards the end of the campaign, when you're competing in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Europa League, and the Premier League, it's unsustainable to expect to have, you know, the same or relatively the same starting 11 over and over and over again. And I do understand that those are the players that Ten Hag relied upon. Those are the players that were in form at our best point of the season when it came to that January period. But there had to be a moment where we rotated guys. And whether you think we didn't have the options, we didn't have the quality, along the way, that's going to have to change, and it's going to have to change this season. Otherwise, we're risking a lot, because things may not end or may not go the same way last season went in terms of our upwards trajectory in form when we came back from the World Cup. Things could be completely different depending on injuries, suspensions, guys not being. So it's going to be interesting going into the preseason, and definitely once the season starts, depending on what has happened with the ownership situation, what has happened with the signings that we may or may not be getting. It's going to be very interesting to see how that dynamic changes and how Ten Hag adapts as the season goes on.
CM, one thing that I want to add is, like, we can for sure, you know, all say that Manchester United is not aggressive enough in that transfer. We said, oh, we're doing a final third bid for Mason Mount, and then, you know, we're walking away. But then, well, you know, we're just definitely still not learning from our previous mistakes, and we keep repeating them and repeating them. Whether it's like right now, we all know that I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a balance. Ten Hag is placed in a weird position right now, where because we don't know exactly where the ownership is going to go. I don't know if we're recruiting for just Ten Hag or for the future of Manchester United. If you get what I'm saying, we need to have a balance where somebody's safeguarding, like saying, all right, I see your vision, Ten Hag, but also this is the global vision of the club as an organization, you know. So we need to have that balance. And if we don't have that balance, we're going to still keep suffering from these mistakes that we keep repeating every transfer window, and we'll be complaining.
And that's a really good point, because one thing that I've always been saying is, whenever change comes at Manchester United, one of the most important things you can build, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well, is consistency, reliability and consistency. Because if there's consistency with our culture, if there's consistency with our aims, our objectives, we go into transfer windows, we go into seasons, we go into competitions, understanding what we want to do as a team, what we want to do as a club. And that goes for in the transfer negotiation department, that comes for the men's team, the women's team, the youth team. We need consistency and clarity in regards to what we want to do, what we want to achieve, and how we are going to achieve it. And I just don't think in this period we've lacked all of those attributes. And that's really, for me, been a key reason why there's been so many failures, even to the point last season, because you look at the way we started the campaign, we completely had to switch the way we played because of that. And that may not be the biggest of problems, because we were in, you know, Ten Hag's first season, and he was coming in with a squad that he doesn't understand. But especially when the team starts to change even more now, there will be questions being asked in regards to, okay, Erik Ten Hag, okay, Manchester United board, you know, Rich and Arnold and those guys, I don't trust them for a bit of me. But there will be questions asked, what do you want to achieve? And how are you going to go about in doing that? Because what I've seen through reading stories in this transfer window is, okay, we're going to go for Mason Mount. Chelsea keep on upping the bid. So what are you going to do now? What's the next option? Adrian Rabiot's signed a contract with Juventus now, so he's out of the window. Caicedo looks like negotiations are going to start with Chelsea. That's going to be a hard bargain because Chelsea look like they're on an upward trajectory, and you can see they've put things in place. Even though it was a chaotic start with Todd Bowley, they've now got the people in place to handle those negotiations. When we're starting to see with them, they're going through these little loopholes to take advantage of the big money spending that they did in a previous campaign. So Manchester United are not an attractive outfit. We're not a team who can guarantee trophies, can guarantee playing great, winning football. And that's what a lot of great players want. They want to go to a team, they want to go to a situation where mentally and physically, they're not just going to enjoy the experience, but they're also going to improve as human beings on and off the pitch. And Manchester United don't offer that right now. So I'm just worried about that whole situation, especially with how the ownership sale of the club is looming now, and it's really eating into this transfer window. Because even if we do change ownership and the club changes hands, there will have to be a period where they're going to have to evaluate everything that's happening within the club. And how much time would that leave for us to get crucial transfers to improve our team going into next season?
No, yeah.
This is true.
I hear exactly what you're saying there. And it's true. It's been so for years, It's been this way for years. We complete the season. We've seen all the weaknesses in the squad and what we need to do to improve, to get to a certain point. And we go into the window and we do nothing. We do nothing substantial that will lead to us clearing up the situations and the problems we have. All these agendas are, and all they want is top four. That Champions League money. That's all these man want, that top four. Champions League. So that's a trophy now, top four. But I tell you what I'm paying attention to. We may say what we want, we may dislike City and all these charges and all that. They are smart, At City, they are smart, They know what they want and how they want to achieve it. Everybody want Declan Rice. 100 million, yeah? All right. City put one bid in. These man rejected. You know what they did? Yeah, Arsenal, you could have that. We go to Spain, La Liga, and bring in a youngster, 40 million. We cool. Because that same player going to come in and they're going to help improve him. And probably within 2 to 3 years, he might be with that same 100 million. Exactly. We, on the other hand, we will pay 100 million for a player and bring him into our club. And within 2 seasons, he's probably worth 10. That's how we move. We don't move as a proper club. We ain't moving like a proper club for years now, bro. I don't understand it. Bro, these men are just ripping us off, fam. The fans are, all we doing is getting depressed, bro. What has United gave us in the past 10 years that you could say that made you happy? Let's be honest here. What has United gave us in the past 10 years that made you happy? Think about it, y'all. What they gave you in the last 10 years that made you happy?
PSG, Audi. Hey, that's United. That was a good night.
Because I remember in 2015, 2016, maybe even 2017, the conversation when, Louis van Gaal era, it was always, why are we lowering the standards? Why are we seeing here, we're looking at this and being happy because we got second or whatever. And it was always that argument. And at the time, that was only 2 or 3 years from winning our last league title. And so, we thought, okay, well, there's no way that we can, be fighting for top 4 every season. There's no way that this could happen to us. That's Arsenal. And then now look at us. The slowly but surely the standards have been lowering because we have just seen progressively worse and worse. Not necessarily even football, but the structure behind it. Just everything in the background. Why is it that we only can negotiate with one player at one time? Why can't we employ multiple negotiators? Why is it that, Morto has to go on through this transfer saga with Sancho with multiple seasons, and it's never done at one time? You know, it's
Mhm.
for example, now there's rumors of going back on Frankie De Jong. Okay, so it takes
Nah. You see
two
the
transfer
obsession,
season
fam.
sagas to sign one player.
No.
Let's not forget the same thing happened with, well, not exactly the same, but a similar thing happened with Jadon Sancho, where we weren't able to deliver the play, and then we had to go up and in the next window and get him. So yeah, I'm not with that.
Do you know where I realized we were clueless when I saw when the reports about John Murto, like they were going to Barcelona to have dinner, and with Frankie's agents, and then they don't come back with Frankie. Like, what? How can you not do this over Zoom? Can you not talk and make an agreement? Aren't e-signatures a thing? And then from there, you can actually go deliver the papers if you have to hand deliver them. Can we not actually be more ruthless and more like wiser about how we do transfer? Like Machikushna said, why is there one negotiator? Where are the other negotiators?
Bro, and I think our negotiators need to be more ruthless and they have to be more decisive. If you know our weakness in the team is on the wings or in defense, brother, I don't want to hear you going out there and telling me, oh, you know what, we see this guy here, so he looks like he could be a good player. Let's sign him. He's a striker. Fam, get what we need to get, fam, and stop trying to get the big names because we've been down the path of the big names, fam. It don't work, fam. Forget that. Get me some players that will come in and work hard and do what we need to do, bro. Because we keep spending money on the wrong shit, fam. And then other rival clubs look at us and they're like, oh, what y'all complaining about? Y'all spend a lot of money. Yeah, but on shit. That's the problem. We spend a lot of money, but on what? What? Look at the amount of money we spend, fam, since Fergie's gone. What the hell have we have to show for it, bro? What we have to show for it? 2 Carabaos, a Europa League, I think Community Shield. I think it's a Community Shield. That's about it.
The fact that we're struggling to even name these trophies.
Yo, big up Daka, man said keep Sancho and Stella Maguire. Fam, Stella Maguire is a task, bro. That's not easy, you know. That is not easy, fam. I can't lie to you. That's not easy. I think every one of us on the panel here, even all in chat, will say Stella Maguire. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. But
somebody's got to want Maguire. The wages that he's on too, you know.
He's on 195, you know. 195. And the club is saying that they will listen to offers for 40 million. 40 million? Who's paying that? Who's paying that?
Yeah, I mean, this is why you have to maybe take a page out of Chelsea's book and say, you know, learn how to make money. Like, go to Saudi at this point.
I personally think that I still think we definitely need a centre back. The striker thing, we know we need that because I don't even want to call his name, bro. AM Broko, fam, because he's not gonna make it, fam. That brother is gonna get. I'm telling you now, he's gonna be here for preseason, and as soon as the season starts, he's injured. I'm telling you, that guy's gonna do this shit to us again, fam. Every year, bro. For the past 3 years, how much goals this guy scored?
Man,
you supposed to be our main striker, you know.
Yeah, he's made of glass.
Where are we going if our striker can't stay fit? Where are we going? I mean, I could understand if everyone in the team is chipping in with goals. I could understand that we could kind of get by with that. Anthony was 90 million. He had 3 assists. 3 assists, bro.
Yeah, but with Anthony's case, at least, you can say, you can make a bit of an argument for him and say towards the end of the season there was a little bit of an improvement in his gameplay. Maybe the stats may not support that precisely, but you can tell that there is a little bit of for me, that, you know, Anthony and Wan-Bissaka were building a chemistry that sometimes was interrupted by injury and sometimes whatever, but like I'm willing to give that relationship another season to see what Anthony can really bring. But Sancho, I don't know. I don't know. Paper mache can't stay here either.
Man, yesterday I said I would listen to offers of 45 million for Sancho. That man tell me I'm a crackhead fan, bro. I'll listen to it, bro. 45. You're free to go, big man. You're free to go.
I'm still committed. I'm still committed to that project. I think we are not a dominant side when we play football. A lot of the time, we rely upon turnover and then fast break attacking, counter-attacking to score our goals and to win games. Until we can find a way, and this will take signings. It will take signings, I think, in the middle of the park to solidify that area and give us the options so that we are not a team that get exploited, because I think almost every team in the Premier League last year could have exploited us in the middle of the park. That's how weak we are as a team in terms of our organization, the way we set up defensively, even trying to win back the ball. So we're going to have to bring in players that bring us a level of stability for first and foremost playing out the back, but also in the middle of the park. So when we have the ball, we have midfielders that can keep possession of the ball and can control the tempo of the game, which I think is really important. It's not all the time where we should look to go gung-ho and play at 100 miles per hour. Sometimes you need to slow down the game, control it, give everybody a few minutes, and then exploit mistakes being made by the opposition. And that's why for many, many years we've struggled to break down defenses, because we only thrive playing 100 miles per hour rather than slowing down the game and looking to exploit spaces that are created due to overloads and things of that nature. So in regards to a guy like Jadon Sancho, and a lot of our attackers, to be honest, even Anthony, a striker that we potentially bring in, we're going to have to become a team over time that can dominate games, that can play in our opposition's final third and change the pace at the right time, but also have the personnel that can find the correct pass, that can open up defenses. And then we have the players, whether they're our fullbacks in your Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, Luke Shaws and Malacias on the other side, who can overload and who can exploit those open spaces, even midfielders making late runs into the box. I just don't think that side of our game, attacking-wise and even defensively, has come a long way, and we'll have to wait for that for sure. But, I look at guys like Jadon Sancho, as frustrating as it can be, seeing those guys and the potential that they've had and how they've played for previous teams. I do think that we need to have a bit of patience as we develop as a team and as we hopefully bring in the players that should unlock some of those guys that are underachieving right now.
Okay, I hear you. But get this, right? How many players can we carry in one squad? If let's say you're just trying to be competitive, because we ain't nowhere we're to compete for the league right now. So how many players can you carry in a squad in one season? Because I understand always saying that we're not the ball dominant team, but even though you're not the ball dominant team, you kind of expect everybody on the pitch to give 100, because we're not the best team on the pitch, but I need you to give 100 to be committed to the cause. You have to put that extra work in. You have to play harder, run harder. Brother don't show you none of those things, fam. Brother don't show you none of those things, CM. So carrying a play is hard,
That would be my biggest concern, because when you look at Jadon Sancho, the biggest issue with his game is not really the lack of goals and the lack of assists. It's the lack of defensive contributions. He seems extremely inconsistent in that side of the game, and that's why a lot of people praise Anthony.
I won't even say it's a defensive thing, I'll say it's just the work ethic. He don't show you like he's for the cause, bro. I don't need you to come back and do no Wayne Rooney and slide tackle man and you're a striker. I don't need all that, but be committed to the cause, bro. Man's just there, fam. It's like, I'm Ronaldinho, bro. I ain't got to do all this stuff. Brother, I need you to be committed to the cause. Because you already know we're not the strongest team. We might look strong, we might have a big name, we are Manchester United, but we're not the strongest team, bro. I need you to be committed to the cause, big man.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is that just to do with the player, or is that a bigger issue going throughout the club? Because I'm not gonna lie, as great a season Marcus Rashford had last year, I can, tell you in moments, and not just last season, but in previous campaigns where he may have not exerted the energy where he's needed to in order to in an attacking or defensive scenario. And there are many players that you can bring up in regards to that in our defense, in our midfield. I know there's been a lot of criticism over the years based off of guys that just haven't cut it in terms of giving the basics, the footballing basics. Do you think that the club culture, and I know a lot of people have praised Ten Hag in the way that he's kind of changed the standards and the demands of the team, but I still believe that the culture at Manchester United, which starts at the top, is a massive issue in regards to bringing that kind of dedication on a consistent basis from those players.
All right.
See, I think it's okay. No, let Machikushna go because you haven't gone in a minute.
So what I was actually going to say, my cousin's profession is actually human resources. So this is a bit of piece that I know a little well. And you can see the culture actually shifted once Richard Arnold and took over, right? So what some of that board moved over, you actually could see it from the top. Now, I'm not saying it's good, but it's better now. And as you know, if you have poor leaders, then that's going to trickle down. Those decisions and all of that is going to reflect onto your employees. If you do not take care of your employees like you should, they're not going to, at the end of the day, this is a job for them. As much as we love football and as much as they may be fans of football and they may be passionate about the game, this is their way of living, and they have to be dealing with situations that they probably did not before. I mean, think about the fact that we did not have a psychologist in place until last year. I mean, and when it comes to sport, that mental aspect, if somebody is not doing well mentally and we do not take care of them mentally and we just put them out in the limelight and to just go get criticized and just burned up by the media, it's only going to create an even worse environment. As much as we like to, criticize Harry Maguire, he's not good enough, in our eyes, but it's not going to help him that not only is it Manchester United fans, but because Manchester United news sells, the entire league rips on that guy. And there's a reason that we have such a difficult time selling, is because if players don't perform for us, because our fan base is the biggest fan base in the world, everybody's going to say, oh, well, that player sucks, because all their fans saying he sucks. And unfortunately, it's just we are victims of our own environment, of our own growth. And, we're in such under a microscope that, for example, I don't know, some Chelsea fans will tell you Mason Mount is good. Some will tell you he's bad. But I mean, ultimately, there's no, I guess I need to ask Chelsea fans, well, how good is he really? Because they don't have that massive of a fan base. So I think you're right, CM. It does come from the top down. I think the fact that, the Glazers, their lack of leadership and who the people that they put in place are not supporting them. I think we've seen improvement from previous seasons based on who we have. But, when outsiders like Rangnick or, even big time players like Zlatan come in, they come, leave the club, and what do they have to say about it? It's never anything good.
Yeah.
I agree, but I'll give a slight pushback, in terms of if I employ you, I employ you, and I'm giving you 350K a week, right? Regardless of how shit I am as a boss, I expect you to work for your money. Yeah? But this is why I agree with Santi and CM as well, yeah? Why do we just jump in and just like, I like you, yeah? Hold 350. Brother, what did he show us before to say that 350 is justified? I mean, he did well at Dortmund, but how much did he show us? What's the sample size did he show us to say that 350 is justified as a starting wage for him? Because obviously, when you join a club, your first wage, you're trying to better that to go up. When you give a young player mad peas like that in the beginning, what incentive does they have to better themselves? What incentive there? Because it's like, yo, I kind of made it, 350. Even, and I'm at United, even if I'm playing shit or I ain't doing well, I'm still getting paid, fam. These man don't care. I'm cool.
I mean, if you employ me and you give me 350 and you tell me if I do better, I'll get 450, that's an incentive. Like I understand you're saying the starting wages are just already astronomical. They're really bad to start with.
It don't help the situation. It don't help when we start paying them big money in the front.
True. But the point that I want to make sure that we don't forget too is the fact that, of course, there is the structural problem that we've mentioned. We hadn't had a psychologist in since this guy Bill Beswick, who was appointed by McLaren in 2001, and then Ralph came in and brought in his psychologist. But the thing is, there is a serious, it shows it's like there's a serious lack of education as well that comes with Manchester United, that we need to figure out a way to guide our youngsters better, so we don't end up having situations like the Greenwood situations and so forth. And it's just like education is so underrated, and we don't talk about it enough, and the mental health is not emphasized enough. But this is what they need. If you're gonna give a kid like Sancho a big contract, you have to also make sure that you're like almost guiding them what they hand, because this is a very unique situation to be just, you guys, you understand that sometimes realists, because we're not living that life, we're experienced to other situations that help us grow as people and become better, and experiences that we learn and lessons that we learn, and they may not be in the limelight, but it's like maybe that's actually the blessing of it. You're actually able to gain a little bit of wisdom from those situations. But these guys are kids, and they're thrown big money, and that they don't have privacy, and every little chance that they have to make a mistake, it's magnified, and so all that has to be taken into account, and the organization has to do better. But that does not forgive people like Sancho for not applying themselves. You have to be able to call out people that you're like, you have talent. Hundreds of players have had talent and they've lacked application. You remember, we've all watched the Amazon documentary when Mourinho is talking to Dele Alli and saying, this is your problem. And Sancho is having echoes of Dele Alli vulnerable mentality kind of thing, where you see that this person can apply themselves if they want to, but there's something that's blocking them. Obviously we don't know the details of what, but I want to commend Ten Hag and saying that thing of taking a different approach and sending Sancho to Amsterdam or like for a couple of weeks off. That's during the season that we haven't heard of. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that's happened in Manchester United in recent memory. An actual player that's getting paid and sent off to an Airbnb to go and get his mind right. And then he came back, with showing signs of improvement, but not really still to the level that we expect of him. And so something has to be done about us and about players that do not apply themselves and have the talent.
You know what you say there, Box? I don't know if you remember this year, but probably 5-6 months ago, me, CM, and Brush had this very same discussion, Giving these young players this amount of money at this early stage and not having someone there or the club having structure in place where you could teach them about being responsible then, because you having all this money at a young age, it's like, yo, I made it, you bruv, you get that money at a young age, you're doing a madness. But sometimes you need someone to be there and tell you, yo, what are you doing? You just need someone just to tell you, what are you doing? You realize there's a lot of footballers, after they retire, they're broke. you realize that it is a lot of them after they retire, they broke, you know. I know this has nothing to do with his performance on the pitch, but if you're getting all this money and you need to be responsible for certain things, but the same people that are helping pay your wages, they need to see something on the pitch, bro. Because it's not fair and fun to know that you go into games every game, or you're waking up at 4 a.m. to watch a game, and you see your players they don't really care, they're just there. That's not fun, fam. That's not fun, fam. Your whole day, you're pissed off, you know. Your whole day's off because your players are just, yeah. We don't care. We lose. Bro, that loss to Man City and Liverpool, embarrassing, fam. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't care what these players come out and say after and all their long monologues, but I don't want to hear that, fam. Show me something.
And that's why, like Vaughan, who was here earlier in the chat, he kind of said, well, you know, we instead of trying to build depth, we need to buy in players that replace a lot of those first team guys, because a lot of those players, and I don't even need to call them out by name, but a lot of those guys have been a part of extreme failures to the point where it's going to be hard to rebuild their mentality and just help them in certain aspects, because Manchester United as a club have failed those players. So you need to kind of bring in guys. I'm sure Botswana said it earlier, actually, where they're winning players. They're players that are going to contribute to improving, the same that Lisandro was complimented with, because he brought in a strong mentality that then almost galvanized even Varane. You saw the way he was playing in the partnership that they had together. Casemiro, his competitive nature in just trying to bring everybody up, it's infectious. So you need to have, you know, and that goes with the managers, coaching staff, everybody within that tight-knitted group. You need to have a community. There's a problem everybody with that, wants.
There's a problem with that, what you're saying there. You see what Nick said here? The part of the fan base? Our fan base wouldn't allow stuff like that, bro, because players that are committed to the cause and have that elite mentality, they might not be that big name player or that fancy player or that one that looks good on the eye. They might not be that type of player. And our fan base will be like, he's shit. This is just a passion merchant. And then our board knows, like, you know what, the fans don't really like that. He can't sell shirts, he can't sell jerseys. Now we don't want him, fam.
You know what?
They go buy the money makers.
This is the frustrating thing, and I know it's kind of like against the grain, but this is where the club needs to say, you know what, go away, leave us alone, bruv, and do your own thing. And obviously, as fans, we want to be communicated with. We don't trust the board as is, but if we had a competent board, then we could trust them to go out there and say, okay, you have your scouts that have been working in different continents, different areas, that have evaluated who fits the system. Who's going to come in and have an impact from day one? Who's going to come in and maybe have an impact halfway throughout the season, next season as he grows into his own? And you bring in those players that are going to have an impact in from day one, just through their character, just through their will to win, their will to succeed. And that's how you create success. It's not by relying on, okay, this guy's established, he's going to cost 100 million. That's not a competent way of operating in the transfer market. And I do understand that as time has gone on, prices within the transfer market are heavy. Every single transfer window where top teams are bringing in these players who you may look at and say, they're not really going to have much of an impact. Manchester City bringing in Mateo Kovacic. Now, a lot of people, they probably won't be looking too much at that because of the brilliance of the likes of De Bruyne and Rodri.
I think that's
but I guarantee you, Mateo Kovacic is a quality player. And every time I've seen him play for Chelsea, you can see that quality within the play in terms of his ability to keep possession of the ball, keep it ticking, pass it forward. He is a really good signing for them. But even going beyond that, whether you want to look at younger players, just talented players in general that fit a certain mold, and who will be able to bring value to you, not just through their ability on the football pitch, but their mentality and their approach to the game of football. And you only find that out by having competent scouting departments who go to games, who study these players, who ask questions day in, day out, not just one game, not just two, but maybe tens, hundreds of games, hundreds of amounts of information and statistics that they have on these players, who, and that's how you gain a real opinion and a knowledge of who you should go for. And Manchester United don't do that. And especially when you have the guys like Richard Arnold in charge, John Murtough, who are, in my opinion, they will have to prove us wrong. But I'm confident they won't. These are not guys who should be operating in these transfer negotiation departments as head honchos. They shouldn't even be in the department whatsoever. So when you have those guys making primary decisions with the manager, there's a massive issue there.
See, the problem is these man, and I'll let Botswana go right after. You see, these man don't like masculine men. Then they don't want a manly man to come and say, "Yo, big man, you see that players where you want there? Bullshit. We don't want that. That's not gonna work. That's just gonna make money and sell shirts for you. We don't care about that. We want to win on the pitch, fam. So we bringing in players with this type of mentality. What's gonna do this?" And they'll be like, "You're giving me a little bit too much static. You know, we might move on from you. We don't really want you." Fam, tell me why there is so much proper director of footballs out here. If we are so called this big club still, there's so much proper director of footballs out here. Are we hiring these waste men? Does that make sense? That don't make no sense, fam. Bruv, Luis Campos was out there. You know what he said? I ain't going to no Man United. Bruv, why, fam? Why come to United? They know what it is, fam. You can't do what you want. You have to do what they want. You have to do what they want, fam. Them want people that could sell shirts, who could fill the stadiums. That's what they want, bro. Regardless of who you sign, bro, fans will go to the stadium in United games, bro. They will go, fam. Regardless of who you sign, you could, bro. We had Maguire, we was going. No matter who you sign, they will go, fam. So get people in that will do the proper job, not just get people that will like sell shirts. What does that make sense for? What? To put money in your pocket, but the team is depreciating and becoming what? Come on, man.
No, I have to piggyback off of what you're saying and respond to Paxton too, saying, you know, sorry, didn't mean to bring you down, Paxton, but you know, if we look at, I know the season is the Premier League is off season right now.
Famous whiteboard, yeah, go on.
But we gotta bring the whiteboard and bring things into perspective for a second, right? Man United, if I'm not mistaken, finished with is it 75 points? 75 points. Now we have a difference. If my math is mathing, it's 14-point difference. You know, but if the Premier League is still on right now, I know it's the transfers window, but Man City have actually got even 6 more points. Man United are still at 75. That's why we're frustrated like this, because they've went ahead and figured out before. It's like they knew that, oh, the transfer window is about to open. We want to make sure that we get a replacement for Gundogan. We're going to go ahead and be aggressive and be proactive about it and make sure that we're not losing track, because everybody behind us is running as fast as they can with as much funds as they can, and they're trying to catch up. So that is why this frustration right here, the 14-point gap that is now increased to 18 or even more, and it's going to keep going as long as we're stagnated like this, you know?
It's going to continue, you know. It's going to continue. The problem is, though, as much as the Glazers are a problem, our fan base is a problem as well, you know. Bro, these men don't know what they want, fam. They don't know what they want. They want to win the league, but they want to win the league with the Galactico team. That's how they want to win the league. If you're old enough, you knew what happened with the Galactico team, fam.
Mm-hmm.
The hell did they do, bro? What did they do? If you old enough, you know about these man, bro. These, don't get me wrong, bro. They were a good team. But what the hell did they do, fam?
Yeah.
Bro, these man never won the Champions League, you know, together, you know. All the Beckham, Figo, Zidane, Ronaldo, brother, if we don't have a player in our team that can lace these man boots.
Mm-hmm.
Not one player in our team that can lace these man boots, fam. And that's what our fan base, we want that. That's what we want. We want all the best in our team, but the best don't always work together. It don't always work, you know. Sometimes you need donkeys in your team, fam. You need a couple of donkeys in your team that will just do hard work. You need that. When we had the treble winning team, was every single one of those playing that treble winning team, was they absolute ballers?
No. You can't say
don't agree with this, yeah, but Nicky Butt wasn't no bad boy, fam. What we saying here, fam? Nicky Butt wasn't no bad boy, but Nicky Butt will come in and do his job, though.
We had the beautiful thing about that 99 team building up to that point was the fact that we had a perfect balance of people that were committed to winning. And that's a very important. Not everybody's committed to winning. There are some people you get on this journey of football that will come here and they will take the better option in terms of their financial payments. They will take the better option because they will be given the freedom to be the guy on the team. But I think there are different categories of players. Of course, there are the head honchos, the guys that are going to be starring every single game. But there are also the guys that are going to be doing the hard graft and doing a lot of the work. You know, all these years later, like people give Ji-Sung Park to this day so much credit. Whereas he may not have got the credit at the time, but all these years later, people recognize him as one of the most important players, Manchester United players in that period of time, because he opened up so many opportunities for the likes of our front line when we had the likes of Ronaldo, Rooney, just all of those talent. But it's those guys who work hard for you, who are committed to the cause of winning, that give you the best opportunity to be a consistent threat on any given day.
I wonder if CM is old enough to remember Gattuso. You remember Gattuso?
Yeah, a little bit.
What the hell did this guy, bro? I'm not saying he was shit, yeah, but this guy ran around kicking everybody, fam.
Yeah, he was insane.
Proper annoying, fam. He was just aggressive bastard, fam. Just running wrong and destroying you, fam. It's like, brother, I beg you leave me alone, fam. As soon as you turn, he's there, bro, just kicking you.
He was a real warrior.
Look at the other players they had around him in that AC Milan team. Pirlo, Kaká, Seedorf, Shevchenko, Inzaghi, Maldini, Nesta. They had absolute ballers all around. And then this psychopath in the middle here that's kicking the shit out of you, fam. You need hard workers in your team, bro. You need it. You absolutely need it. But our fan base still thinks that all we need is superstars. That's all we need and we're going to win. It won't work, fam. It just won't work. I don't understand how to explain this to these people. Every transfer window, they go on Twitter and they go on YouTube and they see compilations of players and they're like, you know what? That's who we need. They never seen them play. But that's who we need. How the hell is that what we need if you never seen them, bro? You don't know if they're going to fit our team. You don't know nothing. But that's who we need.
Yeah. And
I don't know.
I don't know when it's going to change, fam. I don't know when it's going to change. I know people don't like to hear stuff like that because they want to hear, yo, we're going to win the league. No, we ain't going to win no damn league. I would love us to win the league. I don't know when we could, though.
You know what's an important... Go on, bro. Go on.
No, the thing about what excites me about, I feel like Ten Hag knows a little bit about getting the balance of having like players that will do the job and be the warrior and be the one who's working hard and doing the dirty work, and then also having a name that's like, you know, a bona fide name that's trusted, that we know that, okay, this player can do this. So that's the thing that gives me hope, because Ten Hag, you know, I know the Weghorst experiment was a disaster. It didn't work out at all. But the fact that Ten Hag, you know, whether it was by choice or not by choice, I think we needed to have a replacement of something, after Ronaldo left. But at the same time, he put his trust in somebody like Weghorst, and you saw how he complimented him and recognized his work, even though he's like, oh, the Weghorst pulled the striker away so that Bruno can score. He said all that stuff in the press conferences. You can tell the guy wanted it to work,
who used to do that? That's some Jose shit, fam. Jose says that type of shit. But Pep does that shit, bro. Remember when somebody had a shit game, bro, and Pep said, we were brilliant. I was like, what? What is this guy talking about, fam? And it's a way of encouraging your players to do better, fam.
So all that it means is that the player in that phase of play was just a body. And anybody can be a body. You can realize CM can be a body to pull the defender away, and make space, But
you pay me that money. I'm making runs for days, fam.
I'll run to the linesman if I have to.
I'm making runs for days, I'm just running, fam. Give me that contract and tell me, yo, you, bro, I don't even want to give me give me 50K, fam. I'm running like a madman.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'll take a third of that money. I'm running.
But we need
non-stop running.
We need somebody who can actually have more than just runs. We need, as a striker who can link up and provide assists, or actually even do his main job description, which is scoring. So it's good that we're talking at the end of the season, so we can be able to reflect on it and be like, all right, for me, we have to have higher standards. So,
I'll be honest with you all, y'all might not agree with this, yeah. You see what we're saying here? We need hard working. I personally don't have a problem with the Mason Mount thing, The price is my problem. You see that there, fam? That 55, 6, that's a madness. But you see, let's say we get it for 40, 30 million, I have no problem, because just what we're talking about we need the hard workers, the donkeys in the team. That's Mason Mount, fam. That guy is full of energy. He have mad work rate. And I think he will help in the pressing, because I can't personally, I think I was on Botswana's channel last Friday, we were talking about this. I don't think this is not going to be no tiki-taka build-up fancy thing, I think this is some high energy, win the ball, work hard, something here, I can't even tell you what it is, bro. So when people thinking now, oh, it's easy, it's just gonna be, we're gonna win the ball and we're gonna do fancy stuff. Yeah, I don't think so, big man. I don't think so. Because if you look at the people we're targeting, where does it say possession?
Frankie's the only one that I guess I could even think
of. No, not that guy again.
Well, but again, you asked the question. That's the only person I can think of that is known to hold the ball.
What? All right, how far are y'all willing to go with this Frankie thing? Me personally, how much was we offering last season? 80? That what we was offering? Was it that? Was it 80?
Yeah, we have to be realistic.
I'm willing to give them 65. One offer. Take it or leave it. If you man say no, all right, cool. I'm done. I'm not into this chasing this brother around, fam.
Yeah, they are in need of a Busquets replacement, and there's no way Frankie will move, man. It's just if
that's true,
let's be honest. A miracle has to happen. I mean, miracles can happen, but it has it's tough. It's a tough one.
I mean, Paxton did put in the article in the chat. Juve might be looking to get rid of a certain French midfielder.
Wait, to which club? Not our club. No, nowhere near here. I don't want Pogba nowhere near here, fam. No.
I'm joking, man.
It is tempting, though. It is tempting to imagine Pogba under Ten Hag, though. Come on, realist. Just put the Pogba hyena jujus, everything aside. Just Pogba at his best.
Yeah, Bots is saying third time's the charm, yeah?
I'm not even
Pogba times 2.
I'm not even entertaining that conversation, fam. You man are mad. Y'all on your own, fam. All right, let's say we bring Pogba in, right?
Yeah.
How much you think we paid him on his salary now?
Oh, he's getting that big bumper salary because he's coming on.
No, we time to think, yeah. How much you think we paying him now? We have to pay him, and now Pogba is a brother. Like the injuries is taking him now. So what are we expecting to get out of him? Are we expecting 10 games out of him for the season? Because it's looking like we're going to get a Martial 2.0.
That's so true.
He's not going to be fit, bro. He's not going to be fit. How much games did Pogba play? If somebody could check it up right now, Pakistan probably going to find it. How many games Pogba played for Juventus this season, bro? I'd listen. Because I'm sure you only started playing in January.
And I know he hardly played any games, so that's just a little joke that was running when we saw
6
that.
matches.
No, I get you.
It's insane.
I know he fell out with Allegri, and he only started playing in January, and then he stopped playing him again. So I don't know.
Oh my goodness. 6 Serie A matches.
6 games.
And
that's what we want. Imagine our fan base won that. I ain't talking about USC, but imagine our fan base wants that. What the hell are we doing with 6 games, bro?
He played a total of 10 games. 6 Serie A, 3 Europa, and 1 Italy
we have
Cup.
Champions League, we have FA Cup, we have Carabao Cup, and we have the Prem. How many games do you think this guy's gonna be available for us, fam?
Nah.
Bro had 6 injuries last season.
Yeah, that's bad.
There's a lot of
when man get injured taking a free kick, fam, it's bad, fam. When you get injured taking a free kick, nah, big man, nah. I draw the line, fam. I draw the line.
If it's like your job is a typist, and I'm like, all right, can you please type this? And then you get injured. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's like how you get injured typing, fam? What did the computer fall on you? What's going on, fam? Nah, I'm cool, bro. I'm cool.
I'm gonna have to get that injury lawyers for you, fam. I was typing and I broke my fingers.
Fam, what did you punch the keyboard, fam? What's going on? But what hits with them and just contract offer and describing 200K per week proposal as nothing. So if that was nothing last season,
yeah,
what y'all gonna give him this time when he comes back? That's 500. That's 500. That's gonna be. And bro, to be honest, he said the fans never felt love from the fans. Brother, why would you want to come back here?
True. He was booed on his last game. It was just a sour ending. It's just one of those things. I don't think.
It was like it was a bad decision bringing him back, and it was a bad relationship. It was a bad, and the whole thing was bad, fam. It was just bad.
Yeah.
But we are like 10 minutes before we wrap up. Realistically, people, realistic players, who would y'all bring in to help us to improve United right now? Realistic. Let's go Botswana first. Realistic players.
Amrabat. I'll go for Amrabat. I'll go for Kudus. Right. Kudus from Ajax is very realistic. We have a good relationship with Ajax. I think. Oh, we have a relationship with Ajax, so hopefully maybe they'll let us have Kudus. And for me, I think the priority is our midfield and up front. I'm still willing to give a shot to Jimenez. Jimenez is thanks to Santi for teaching me about that player, and I looked him up. I was, we're talking about a quality talent right there. But yeah, and maybe Højlund. Those are my four.
That's 4 players. Yeah. So we're bringing in 2 midfielders and 2 strikers. So what about the Spaniard in the goal, fam?
For me, the Spaniard can stay. For me, I'm in the camp of where the Spaniard can stay. I know the club treated him horribly, but he likes it. He likes the life at Manchester. He can stay.
But we need if he stays, we still need a backup because Henderson is gonna go. So are we just gonna keep the hair and what is it? Heaton?
No Heaton. I'll try and get maybe a Matt Turner number 2 goalkeeper at Arsenal.
From Arsenal.
Yeah, I like that guy. I like that. He's the American guy. He impressed me since the World Cup, and I did not know him before the World Cup, and then he's actually really good with his feet. I like Matt Turner. Well, he's the best Mexico has to offer right now to Man United.
That's Santi's job. Yeah, only scouting Mexican players. Yeah, all right, Santi.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm a little biased.
Let me hear your players.
So I would bring in if we're replacing De Gea, I would actually go with Bono.
No. Just your players. What you think? Just players you think.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
right.
I think De Gea is
Realistic,
going to
yeah.
go. I think like
All
after they pulled the contract, like that's a major disrespect or just a lack of communication within the club. But I think after that, it's going to be hard for him to actually sign a new contract. I think he's going to be like, you know what, I'm out. So
Communication and integrity, Santi. Lack of communication and integrity.
Yeah, I mean, lack of accountability and just all sorts of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I would say Bono from Sevilla. I know he's like 31 or 32, but I think he could be a good option. If otherwise, we go with Onana. Other than that, I think we do need to look in the midfield. I think somebody like Lavia would be good. I don't know why we didn't ever go into the relegation market. There are some players from Leicester and stuff like that we could have gone for. Madison. For striker options, I always think like Fergie used to operate with like 3 or 4. So we need at least 2 strikers because right now we have half a striker.
I don't even read that guy's half.
Well, he's available maybe if a couple games of the season. So maybe I don't know, but I would ship out Martial because of the injuries. But if I would bring in 2 strikers, I think ideal option it would be somebody like a world class option like Kane, but like you said, realistic. And with Daniel Levy, I don't know if that is realistic.
Levy's a tight bastard, bro.
So we just have to look at different options. I think Jimenez would be a good backup. I don't think he's ready yet, but he is training with Van Persie, so it is a darn good coach to be doing one-on-one training with Pause and but other than that, I mean, I know people seem to be hyped about Højlund, but the price is just not it.
That price is overpricing.
Not for a 20-year-old kid that had 9 goals, and it's just not. To me, it's just not realistic. I think it just depends. I think you go into the market, you go out and you say, to Benfica or to, Spurs or whatever, and you put in that initial bid, like you said, and you say, this is how much I'm going to be paying you for this striker, take it or leave it. And then if that one doesn't pan out, then you move on to the next one, and it looks like, I don't know if people are trolling, but somebody's saying that David De Gea tweeted.
Yeah, he said De Gea tweeted
something. He tweeted a yawning emoji earlier on, not too long ago.
Yo, big up King Stash, yeah, Kai, yeah. I know Kai, yeah, but he's a techie player, but I don't think he's ready for the Premier. City had him out on loan last season, right? I don't think he's ready for the Prem like that yet, though. But I know the player you're talking about. Big up, though.
Yeah, that
guy's sick,
The other person that I would look at as far as the striker option, and I don't think he's gotten too much hype, is Jonathan David, the Canadian. Yeah, he's at Lyon. Man, why not? We need bodies in there. We just need strikers. That's at this point. And he had a good season.
Oh, look at the super trolls here now. Man said Mateta, brother.
Oh, okay.
You man trying to get rid of him. Are you trying to tell us to sign Mateta, fam? Are you all right, brother? Are you okay? Yes. Angelo is better than Kai. I know that much. And this Angelo hype, you know what's pissing me off for this year? Grim's not in here yet, yeah. But since I was talking about this guy last year, fam. Last year I was talking about this brother, All of a sudden, the hype behind this guy is a madness now. I don't know what's going on. It's like they never saw him, they never heard of him before, but all of a sudden it's a madness. And Fabrizio Fabrizio is a bastard. Punch him in his neck.
I do have some interesting news, and it's a story out from Bloomberg. It broke at the top of the hour, 5:00, and it was regarding basically, this is from United Plug. So they basically said the Qatari group is increasingly confident it's won no bidding war for Manchester United. supporting a rival offer from billionaire Jim Ratcliffe as the sale of the football club extends into a crucial summer. Those within the inner circle of the Qatari bid have now begun communicating their confidence of victory and believe it's just a matter of time before an official announcement is made, according to People. But with the official sale process heading into its 8th month, the Glazers could make a last-minute decision to keep hold of the English Premier League club, accepting funds from an outside investor to renovate the club's dilapidated stadium and training facilities. One of the people said they asked not to be identified discussing confidential information. So it's interesting to see.
Right, but man's at 8 months, flipping, huh?
It's coming up from Bloomberg. So regarding the sale of the football club, it's a but hey, 8 months in, and we're still here.
You could have had a whole baby while this takeover
yesterday. Yo, see, what players would you think that will properly improve us right now? Realistic, yeah.
Bro, you know I'm never good at bringing it in certain players, but I can describe the caliber of player that I think we'll need. So I think priorities for me going into this summer were definitely a striker. I thought we needed 2 midfield. I say as time has adapted, I would say 2 midfielders. With the way we currently play, I would like to see first and foremost in the midfield area a bit more stability when it comes to where Casemiro plays. You know, Vaughan has mentioned it earlier in the stream. Casemiro, as great as he is as a player, we cannot rely upon him being that sole guy, especially if we have guys like Eriksen in the team and Bruno Fernandes. We're going to have to bring in a central defensive midfielder that has the ability to take the ball on from the back four and also advance and really develop our attacking plays. But I also believe we're in the pitch and receive the ball.
Yeah,
sometimes
the mic is.
Yeah, your mic cutting. No, I keep wondering if it's just me, you know.
Oh no. Yeah, all right, cool. Shit. Let me see if it's calm now. Is it calm?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, cool. So yeah, and we also need a midfielder who can receive the ball in an advanced position, kind of like a Bruno, where you can stay higher up the pitch and the ball will be played to you. You can create from there. In terms of a striker, I think at Manchester United, we need a well-rounded one, somebody that can play with his back to goal, somebody that can, face up against defenders and take them on. But also, something that's become quite an underrated art in football is a striker that has excellent positional sense. Nobody seems to speak about forwards who, in the box, are absolutely lethal. You know, you can find a way to find that half yard of space in the box, be a brilliant header of the ball. We don't speak about that a lot when it comes to strikers. We often speak about having the pace, having the ability to play, make and drop deep like a Harry Kane and allow your wingers to be those forwards to make those diagonal runs and score the goals. But honestly, nah. Yeah, honestly. We being a well-rounded striker is quite a lost art, and some people may not agree with that. But you know, if you want a guy to score goals, he's gonna have to be in the most dangerous of areas. And I don't think Manchester United have had a guy on a consistent basis who has done that year in, year out for quite a while. You could say since Robin van Persie.
See me, yeah. If it comes to like getting players here, so I think we need 2 midfielders, a striker, a defender. We need a defender because I'm looking at Varane, fam, and he's not going to be fit every single game. How often are we going to keep playing Luke Shaw as a centre back to help through? That's a madness. Because none of us wants to see Maguire play, bro. None of us. So I'm thinking of the goal. You see the goalkeeper thing? I'll just leave that for now because that's a mad thing. The Nice centre back Tolibo, I'd love him if he comes in. That's like 40 million. in the midfield, as I told you all, I don't really have a problem with the Mason Mount thing, but Milinkovic Savic, I mean, I know we've been linked to this guy for 6 years, fam. But he's available for 35 million right now. He's 29. I'll take that. I'll take that. He's 29. Striker, yeah. See, all what CM's talking about there with position and all that. There's 2 strikers I know that does that elite. It's Lewandowski and Harry Kane, fam. Them man don't rely on no pace, fam. It's more or less their position, bro. They know where to be. Them 2 man, they could do that for us. I'll take. Well, we can't get Lewa, but bloody Levy, fam. This Levy guy, bro. If he could just piss off, you know, that's a proper play right there. I know Casemiro needs a backup, so I'll just say probably somebody like Andre in the Brazilian league. Take him, fam. That's about, and what I'm talking about there, that's like 200 million right there. That's 200. I don't think we need wingers like that, bro. We have too much wingers.
Yeah.
We have too much wingers. We need to still make decisions with regards to Palestri. I think Diallo should get a chance this season. I think he should get a chance. So I know a lot of people saying they want to see Fernandez, the young left back we have. I know people saying they want to see him. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they're seeing that working out, but I don't see that. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't know what to say, bro. United is a club that just depresses us, fam. The more you start thinking about realistic stuff and you think about United, it's like, them man taking the piss, you know.
You know what? There could be light at the end of the tunnel very soon.
Bro,
as always,
I hope I got spotlight.
As always, brothers. Stay patient, stay vigilant of the tomfoolery that is ongoing amongst us. But one day there may be light at the end of the tunnel.
One day, yeah.
I agree with you.
It's been a lot of years, you know.
It's one of those things where we gotta be optimistic and hope that something is gonna happen. Real quick, that eagle eyes suggestion about Luka Milovojevic.
Yeah, he needs to piss off, fam.
You don't want the 32-year-old Serbian in your midfield,
Bro, get that guy out of here, fam. Bro, Rich is taking a piss. Rich is trying to like, yo, one of these men go give us some money, fam. We can get money for these men, you know. Rich is like, bro, at this point, Rich might try to tell us, yo, I'll give you man Edward, fam. You don't have to study that other French striker you have. I'll give you Edward. Him and Marshall probably on the same amount of goals, bro. I'm telling you. You see this here. I can't. I hate, bro, players that die, fam. I can't take that shit, bro. I hate that shit, bro. Brother, if you get contact and I know it's like, yeah, it's contact and you could fall, I'll take that. But you see, just diving, fam. What is that, bro? I understand that some referees really don't give it. You see, like Zaha, yeah. Zaha actually gets kicked, fam. So sometimes he have to dive, bro, because they're just kicking the shit out of him. And referees don't give anything. So I can understand something like that. You see Neymar on the other hand. Yeah. I don't know, fam. That brother is rolling from here to Guyana, bro. He needs to allow it. Just rolling all over the place. But tough, big man.
Yeah. That's something that's really annoying too. Like you see it like more in other leagues than others.
Yeah, it's nonsense. But people are big up for coming through. Make sure to smash a like on the video. Be sure to go and follow. Let these man say it for themselves. Go to find these man, yeah.
You can find me on Football Power Hour. You can find me here. You can find me on Eagle Eye Football. Just make sure you smash the like and hit subscribe, guys. Let's get my brother Relas to 150. Let's make it happen before the season starts. Let's go.
Appreciate that, man. My guy.
My brother, you can find. Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me. And you can find me over at CM22ENT on YouTube, CM22 for my second channel where I'll be doing wrestling watch along this weekend. 2 days in a row for WWE SmackDown and then Money in the Bank. So you can catch me there. But like what Botswana said, man, go and support everybody here in the panel. Go and support everybody in the chat. Drop a like, subscribe, and share to your friends and frenemies, because that's how we grow communities. That's how we grow relationships. And you know, one day, hopefully, all of these guys discussing football on StreamYard will be able to go into higher places with great opportunities, with great people too.
Yeah, man.
And we cannot say it about the takeover because the time is not now. But I did enjoy the discussion. It was a good one. I think we're hopefully we are going places, and I hope the time is in July.
Soon.
The time is soon. The clock, it's ticking.
Yes.
Man changes things, the time will be soon, you know.
we are in discussions. We love a talk. Monitor FC. We monitor the takeover.
Where do they find you, Santi?
Well, you can find me there. You have the socials right there on the screen. But more than likely, you will find me just talking at terrible football takes all over YouTube.
El tiempo
I'm
es
surprised.
pronto.
Yeah? I'm surprised he don't have his Taylor Swift compatriot with him. That guy set me up, you know. I don't even know where he's at, fam.
I had to come represent him. I had to come. When I had even Brush pulled out, I was like, nah. Let's
man. He ain't even answering his phone, you know, pagan. Brush, I hope you see this, Brush. You're a waste man, fam. Just know that. Just know that, Brush. You're a waste man. Once if I allow him to speak. Bro, I don't deprive him from speaking. That's Brush, fam. That's all on Brush, bro. Telling you, yeah.
Hey,
the Brush comes on the stream, fam. No one speaks, bro. No one speaks. It's over with. It's over with. But people, appreciate having you all here. I'm out.